So today we'll start with PowerPoint.
Yeah.
PowerPoint we use for making presentations, right?
Yes.
Presentation which can be displayed either through a projector or even through the computer monitor anywhere. So can be used for training purpose, maybe product promotion, or even in the exhibition stalls and all. You can show some presentation that is made with PowerPoint. So in a PowerPoint presentation, you can include text, images, videos, and even animated content will be there. Animated content with audio background, and you can apply transitions, all the stuff you can make, add to a presentation. And so in Word we say pages, but here in PowerPoint we say slides. Individual slides are
Yeah.
there. In Word it is pages, and here it is slides. Okay, so I opened this PowerPoint, and you can see this interface is like it starts with a preset templates are available, or you can use a blank one. Let's see with the start with the blank presentation. Okay, and on the left hand side you can see the home button is there. Right now we are in the home. Then you can create something new, and here the open option is there. Microsoft account options, everything is coming here in this band. Okay, now here the reason presentations are loaded. I don't want to use any of these, so I'm going to start with a blank presentation. So one click on blank presentation, and you can see it gets loaded. Okay, so it's loading. So this is our new presentation. So when you open the presentation itself, you can see one slide is available here. There is one slide, and instead of the blinking cursor like in Word, you can see this is a text box. If you move the cursor to the edge, you can see it's getting selected. And if you click inside anywhere, you can start typing. I'm going to type here PowerPoint presentation. Right, I typed here. And this box, or the text box, can be edited like this. You can stretch it. Okay, I'll stretch to the other side. Right, like this you can stretch. And once you select this, if you want to move the whole box, move the cursor to the edge, any of the four edges. Okay, then you can see the plus mark is coming. Then you can stretch it up. Okay, so I moved it. And then like in Word and all, you can see the format tab is available here. Click on format. You can see all the familiar properties are coming here. You can edit the shape. You can give some styles. Okay, I'll give some style here. Okay, then again, you can edit the fill color, edit the outline, the border, and you can add extra properties like the shadows or something like that if you want. You can add here. Okay, it's all there. See. Okay, I give some style. Then for the text content, you can stylize here. See, the text content can be stylized. Okay, so whatever style you want, you can apply here. Okay, or no, I leave it blank. And here the text again, you can change the color and other properties. Okay, so I'll take this text border if you want, you can give. I'm not giving. Other effects like the shadow, reflection, glow, all the stuff you can choose here. I'm not giving. And then the regular arrange options, bring forward, send backward, selection pane, align, group, rotate, all the functions are here. Then this is for resizing everything. That's all the common properties here available for the picture and shapes. Okay. So that was the first one. Then this one. If you don't want, you can click at the edge and you can delete it. Okay. Or you can directly type here. Here, shortcuts are all same like in Word. Control bracket, square
Mm.
brackets. You can adjust the font size. Control Shift B for bold, I for italic. All those things will work fine. Okay, font. Again, from home itself, you can change the font and other properties. And I want Cambria, right, like this. Bold. So better use the same font throughout the document presentation. Okay, even if it is a presentation or a document in Word or any software, try to follow. You use only one or maximum two fonts. Okay, that gives a nice look for your presentation or even the document. Don't use too many fonts in your files. Okay, so that's the first slide. I want to move it. See, look at the smart guide. As you drag, you can see the spacing, right? You can align properly using the smart guide. Okay, that's it. Right, that's the first slide. Okay,
Mr. Rahul, I did not get it. How do I get the smart guide?
see, just drag it and you can see when you move some object, you can see it's coming automatic.
Okay, I see.
Click
I
and
see.
drag some element, right? Okay, you can see the spacing is aligned, the center aligned to this canvas, everything is there. Smart guide.
Now, how do I know it is aligned? Like, how do I understand it's aligned?
That says the red line says, see, now it's not there. Move to the center, see, now you can see it. When you come
Oh,
to
I
the
see.
center, it shows that says it's properly
Oh,
aligned.
oh, I see. I see.
Right? Okay, so it's properly aligned. Now that's the first slide I made. Next, I'm going to home tab. Here, actually, the extra thing that you find when compared to MS Word is the slides panel. Otherwise, rest of the elements are all same, right? It's all the same things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so the slides panel is there. I want to make a new slide. If you click on new slide, you can see some templates are there and the blank is there. Okay, we prefer the blank one. Okay, we'll make our own design. Click on blank. See this, we got the next slide. It's a blank one. Okay, so this is a navigation pane from which you can pick the slides easily like this. You
Mm-hmm.
even change the slide order. See this,
Mm-hmm.
slide order can also be changed. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
next slide. And as I said, one thing that is missing is this thing, blinking cursor. How to type in PowerPoint? If you want to type in PowerPoint, you can use the text box or maybe any of the shapes. Okay, then you can do typing. Okay, look at this, no blinking cursor. Okay, nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like a blank screen. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I'll use the text box. You can use it, take it from the home tab, or you go to insert. Same like the other stuff. See this, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, both way you can do this. Okay, so I'm using the text box. Right. Okay, I typed here the content, control A. I want to make it bigger. I'll use the same font like before, Cambria. Right. Okay, remember, if you want to move it, click on the border. When you see the plus mark, you click and drag, then you can move it easily. So no need to wrap it or anything, you can freely move it. Color, you can take it from here, like gray I used. Okay, as a design element, I'm going to use this thing, a shape. Oh, rectangle. And if you want to change the color, go to format, right? Go to format, or you can directly take it from here. If it's just a color, you apply here. Okay, I don't want the border, shape outline, no outline. You can also do this from format. See, fill outline. From here also, you can do the same. Right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes Benz. Then I want pictures. Insert pictures. I have some pictures with me. So click on a folder, C for car. I already downloaded it. That's why I'm doing like this. Okay, one, two, three. I want three pictures. Insert. Look at this, three pictures at a time. And one was very small. You can see it was behind. See this? It's behind. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right. Now I'm going to scale the pictures. Okay, here I want all the pictures to be of the same size. Okay, so what to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it smaller. Okay, while making smaller, you can see the orientation is different. This is wider, this is more rectangular. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll place it like this. You can see both the pictures. Now this side is aligned. When I moved, see the red line, it's aligned. Okay, now from one of the four corners, don't use these center nodes. The picture will get squeezed, so don't use that. Okay, so you can use any of the four corners. I'll move the cursor here and drag it. Look at this. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the guide. See?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. The
Yes.
width wise it is perfect. Right. Now let's check the
Mm-hmm.
height. No, it's not perfect. Right. So I'll place it here.
Mm-hmm.
After that, if you scale, I said it will get squeezed, right? So don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have enough space here. Okay. So let's do one thing. Make sure the picture is, this is aligned here, properly aligned. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving to format. That's for the picture format. Select the picture, then go to format, and crop is there. The
Mm-hmm.
last option is crop. Click on crop. Look at the thick lines. Click
Mm-hmm.
and drag. Look at this. It's snapping here. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
See this? That is perfect.
Yes.
So that was like, we place the picture like this, align to one side, and then scale from one side till you get that is properly aligned. Right. Then height wise, place and then scale from one side. Right. Okay. So that, so sorry, that was a mistake. Okay, we need to trim it because otherwise the width will be going wrong. So crop it down. Done. Yes. See, that is perfect. All the three pictures are at the same size, but it's going
Mm-hmm.
out of the screen. So I'm selecting multiple images. Hold the control, then click one, two, three, then scale from the
Mm-hmm.
bottom. See, perfect. Now move it. I'll move it like this, then move it, and see this. Look at the center. Double arrows are coming, right? So that says it's
Mm-hmm.
properly aligned. Okay, see, this way you can align. So control click, scale it, then adjust the spacing like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right, now it's all properly aligned. Right, one, two, three. I'm using holding the control key. I selected the three
Mm-hmm.
images. Now in the format itself, you can see the picture styles are there. I want to apply some style here.
Mr. Rahul, I did not understand how where that red mark is coming. How I could not
In
understand that
in
one.
between in between these two lines, two pictures.
Yeah.
See, as you move it, look at the red. Look at the red.
Yes.
Okay, that says the spacing is equal.
Okay. I see. I
Okay,
see.
precisely. Okay, that's a
Yeah.
precise spacing. Okay, right. Now I'll give some style. Look, lots of styles are there.
You're doing with control scroll, right?
No, no, just moving it only.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Control scroll is for zoom in, zoom out.
Okay. Okay.
See, control and scroll. Look at this. Zoom in, zoom
Mm-hmm.
out. Right. So I applied some style for all the pictures. So we got two slides. I'll copy
Mm-hmm.
this. I want it in the next slide. Okay. Control C. In the next slide, new slide, blank, right click, and I'm going to paste. Look at this. And I'll change the color because I want this to be BMW. Right. So insert pictures, BMW. I think this one, yeah, one. Uh, okay, I'll take any two. Okay, I think, okay, any three pictures. I took three pictures. It's not beyond. Okay, and see this again. Different size pictures are there. Okay, this is perfect. Width and height is coming perfect because the ratio was same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see this one. Yes, perfect. Nothing to change. See, center, red, red.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So we got the three slides. Now we'll move to the next. So three slides are. If you press F5 in the keyboard, you can see the presentation. F5 for the presentation view. You can see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slide number one, arrow. Slide number two, arrow. Slide number three, right? Okay. Next, I'm moving to design. One click on design. You can see the themes available. These are the themes available. So you can go for any of the themes. Okay. Okay. I want this black. Look at this, but this is not readable. Let's change the color.
Mhm.
Right, and here again, change the color. Right, PowerPoint presentation, change the color. Yes. Okay, now we have stylized the three slides. See,
Mhm.
three slides we have. Okay, so that's a transition thing. Sorry, it's a design thing. These are the designs
Mhm.
and different variants are available. See, look at the colors. Okay, I'll show here. See, different variants of the same theme. Okay,
Mhm.
and slide size standard is there, widescreen is there, and normally nowadays we use only widescreen, right? So let's keep
Mhm.
it as widescreen. And format background, now there is a nice background here. If you want to customize, click on format background, all this from design.
Mhm.
Click on format
Mhm.
background, then you can see picture or texture, a solid color like this. Okay, or you can go for a gradient, you can go for a pattern. So many options are there. So this
Mhm.
format background we use if we need to customize the slide background individually, because when you apply the theme, it's applied for the entire presentation, right? If you don't
Yeah.
want that to happen, you can use a format background for each slide, and here itself, if you click on apply to all will be applied
Mhm.
to all the slides. It will be applied. Okay, so like this you can apply the background, can be a solid color, a gradient, a picture or texture, or a pattern. Okay, for individual slides or to the entire presentation. Okay, fine. So that's the format background thing. Okay, and transitions are there. These transitions are like, when you use an arrow key, it's simply moving to the next slide, right? Okay, for example, if you don't want that to happen, we want some effect in between. Okay, so if you want some effect in between, you can pick one effect from the list. See, so many effects are there. So many effects are there. I want this vortex. What is this effect? This is effect. Okay, that's a vortex effect. Okay, so when a slide is appearing, it will be coming with that effect. Okay, so these are all transitions. These are all transitions.
Mhm.
And next to it, you
Okay.
can see the effect options. In that, I can see the direction is there. From left, from top,
Mhm.
right, bottom, you can choose. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you want a sound, you can use it. I never use this because these are all disastrous sounds, like the
Mhm.
drums, laser, all. It's sort of irritating sounds. If you want, you can use it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then I want the same transition for all. That's also a good thing. Instead of you using different transitions, you can use the same. A nice, pick a nice transition, apply the same for all the slides. Okay, so for all the three slides, I want the same transitions. I'm going to click on apply to all. Right. So I applied it. Let's see if it is working. I'm going to press F5. First slide. Yes. Arrow. See
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
Okay. Now
Mhm.
it's working. Yes. So it's working. Right.
Mhm.
And another thing in transitions is, look at the last thing. That is the timing, right? Advanced slide. By default, the slides are advanced by scrolling or by using the arrow key.
Mhm.
Okay. Right. So it is a manual thing. That's why it says advanced slide on mouse click. Okay. We want it to be automatic. Okay. So uncheck this on mouse click and say after, see this, seconds, minutes, hours. Okay.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, right? Okay,
Mhm.
after 4 seconds, and then the next slide, uncheck after maybe 6 seconds. Okay,
Mhm.
actually, after you setting a time here, if you click on apply to all, the same timing
Mhm.
will be applied to all the slides. Okay, but
Okay.
that's actually not a practical thing, right? Maybe some slide will be having lots of content to read. So
Yeah.
if you simply say 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you may not get the time to read the content of that particular slide. So you need to check how much content is there. Then accordingly, you decide what time should be given. Okay, anyway, here I'm just giving it as 5 seconds. Right. So now three
Mhm.
slides we have. and we have set the time also. Okay, now in the keyboard, I'm going to press F5 again. Remember, that's the function key 5. F5.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it is working. I'm not using any keys or anything. Okay, it's automatic. Right. See this? Automatic. Now it's moving by its own. So we're not controlling it. We have set the automatic timing for the presentation. So for each slide, we had given different timing. And once the time reaches, it goes to the next slide. So that's an automatic progression. Right. So it's done. Okay. So that was transition. In transitions, you can apply transition for the slide or for the entire presentation by clicking by apply to all. And you can set the automatic timing for the slide change, right? Can be given here.
Mm-hmm.
That's also from transitions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we tried design, that's for the theme and background, and transitions, which gives an effect when a slide is changing. So a transition is given in between slide change. Okay, and automatic timing again from transitions. Now the next thing is animations. Okay, this animations are given to individual elements of a slide. Okay, and don't get confused between transitions and animations. A transition is applied when a slide change is occurring, right? When a new
Mm-hmm.
slide is appearing and or when a slide is changing, we apply the
Mm-hmm.
transition. And this animation is applied to the content of a slide. For example, here we have a content. I'm clicking here to select it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not selecting the text, just selecting the box itself, right? Just select the text box. Now you see, when you, this is all inactive, right? When you click on the box, you can see it's all activated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now see this, so many effects are there. Okay, like entrance is there, emphasis is there, exit is there. Okay, for example, entrance, that is from 0 to 100, appearing. Entrance is like appearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
From blank, something is appearing. Okay, so I'm using the random bars. See, this is the effect. This is the effect. Okay, random bars. Okay, I'm clicking here. Maybe emphasis I'm using. I'm using the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Okay, so like this, one by one, you pick the elements and apply the effects. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
animation effect. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we have the option here, and for each one you can see the effect: horizontal, vertical. Okay, as one object, or you can, if it's text or something, it will be coming together, or line by line. Okay, so once you apply the animation effect, it will be applied to the content of the presentation. Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
So and then, okay, let me apply to this one also. Next slide. uh, I'll apply the waves. Then I'll take this car. I want it to be fly in, or maybe float in. It's a subtle move, right? Float in. Next one by one I'm giving. Okay, if you select all three together and apply, it comes as a bunch. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now this will be step by step, one after the other. We are applying it individually, so each element will be appearing one after the other. Okay, I'm using the same effect. Okay, so remember, when you're applying some themes or fonts, effects, transitions and all, always try to stick on some simple style,
Mm-hmm.
and the same style throughout the presentation. That gives a uniformity for you, and a professionalism also. It looks professional also. And when you're using so many colors, so many fonts and all, it says you are someone who is having done that much exposure to making presentations or advertisements or whatever it is. Okay, these are all sort of designing actually, right? So
Mm-hmm.
right now let's press F5 and see how it looks like. F5. See, it's all automatic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not using any keys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the timing is working. Animations are
Yes.
working. Right. Okay. So Next thing, I want to apply some audio here. I want to add audio. Okay, so I'm moving to the first slide. Okay, remember it's the first slide. Then go to
Mhm.
insert. To see this, in this insert, the extra thing is the video, audio, and screen recording. Three things are there, which is not there in. I think video is there. Video is there, right? Audio is not there in Word.
Mhm.
Okay, video is there. Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm going. I want to add some audio here. Click on the arrow. Audio on my PC. On my PC, I'll take one of the audios. Insert. Look at this. That audio is inserted here. Then we got this playback. Okay,
Mhm.
and here we had the option to trim it, fade in, fade out, all those things. I'm not using any of these.
Mhm.
Volume, I'm not changing. It's all the default I'm using. What I'm
Mhm.
changing is the start option. Start, that's on click sequence. I didn't want it. I want it to be automatically. That means when the presentation starts, along with that, the audio will also get started. Okay,
Mhm.
right. And then I don't want this icon to be displayed when presenting, this icon. So I turned on hide during show. Then another thing, I want this to be a background music throughout the presentation. Okay, I want it to be throughout the presentation. So I'm going to turn on play across slides. Right, so the audio will not stop even after, even if it is changing. Okay, and we have the loop option that will, what happens, the audio, even if it is even if it's a small clip, small audio clip, it will be repeating, right? It'll be repeating the audio till we finish it. And here we have the rewind option. This is the rewind option. Okay, and rewind option, what will be the difference? Rewind is like, once it is completed, it will not play again till it is, the presentation is over. I'll tell you. For example, assume that your presentation is 1 minute duration. You have a presentation of 1 minute duration. And in that, the first slide, same like this, you are inserting an audio clip. Assume that this audio clip is of 10 seconds duration,
Mhm.
right? You have 50 seconds remaining to complete the
Mhm.
video, right? The presentation. So if you turn on this loop until stop, what happens? After this first 10 seconds, the audio is over, right? The clip is only 10
Mhm.
seconds. Okay,
Mhm.
after 10 seconds, the audio starts playing again. Got it? That means in
Yes.
the
Yes.
duration of 1 minute, 6 times it will be playing because of the loop feature,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And if it is rewind after playing, what happens? It will play for the first 10 seconds. That's the duration of the audio, but the presentation is still remaining, right? For
Mhm.
another 50 seconds, the presentation will continue, but there will be no
Mhm.
audio,
Okay. Okay.
right? So that's the
I
difference
get
between
you.
loop and rewind. When the presentation
Okay.
starts again, the audio starts again. But after the first 10 seconds, it's done because the
Stops.
audio clip is only 10 seconds. Okay, that's the difference between
Mhm.
rewind and loop. Okay.
Mhm.
And styles, okay, I'm not using any styles. Plain background, okay, leave it as it is. Okay, now I'm going to play. You can hear.
Yes.
Right, so we made a presentation. That was a quick one, a quick presentation we made. Now I'm going to save this. Control S. I browse and locate desktop, online, PowerPoint. I'm giving the same name, PowerPoint present. And when you're saving this, you can see, or maybe I'll name it as cars. Right. Okay. Now in the save as type, you can see by default it'll be saved as
Mhm.
PowerPoint presentation. I'm not changing it. Click on save. Right. I saved the file. Now I'm moving again to file, and this time I'm going to use the save as. I'm using the save as feature. Okay. Click on save as, and then click on browse. And this time I'm going to save this as a PowerPoint show file. Look at this. This is PowerPoint show file. PowerPoint show I'm using. PowerPoint show. Instead of PowerPoint presentation, I'm using PowerPoint show file. Look at this. Cars. I'll name it as final. Right? So the difference is, if it is a PowerPoint presentation file, this will be, when you double click, it will open with PowerPoint because it's an editable file. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's an editable file. But the PowerPoint show file is like, it's a final one. If you send it to someone, they try to open it, it opens as a full screen presentation. That is a difference.
Mr. Rahul, I cannot get it. Can you
Yeah.
repeat
The
this
first
one?
one, the PowerPoint presentation file, that's a default one,
Mm-hmm.
right? This PowerPoint presentation file, if you double click, it opens with PowerPoint, like what you see
Yeah,
now. Okay, you can see the
yes,
slides, you can edit this. Okay, that's the PowerPoint presentation file. And
yeah,
the second
yeah.
option, which was PowerPoint show file. This show
Mm-hmm.
file, if you double click, it opens as a presentation only. Like we press F5, we see the presentation, right? The
Yes, yes,
PowerPoint
yes.
show file opens as a present. It's not editable.
Oh, I see.
Got it? So when
Yeah.
someone, your client is getting the PowerPoint show file, then what happens? If he tries to open this, this opens as a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So, for how do I select that one?
with the save as file. File save as.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Now see this PowerPoint show. Default is PowerPoint presentation. We'll change that to
Mm-hmm.
PowerPoint show.
Okay, okay.
Got it? Okay.
Yes, yes.
That's a PowerPoint show file. That's the difference. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So two types of files we can have.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's it for